Hey folks, hope you're having a great day. This is Dale Davidson, Dear VA Guy, and today we're talking about VA rules. It's all confusing, all too confusing. So let me kind of go over some of the rules. We're going to be concentrating on the 5-year rule, but there's a 3-year rule for aid and attendance where the VA looks back at your assets to see past 3 years to see if you've given away any non-exempt assets to in order to qualify for VA aid and attendance. Then there's the VA disability rating 5-year rule that states that the VA, they cannot reduce a veteran's disability rating if it has been in place for more than 5 years, unless the condition shows sustained improvement, over time. So in this situation, they consider this rating, what they call it, stabilized, Then we've got the VA disability 10-year rule. Now under this rule, the VA can reduce a veteran's rating after 10 years, provided substantial medical evidence suggests steady improvement, over time. The VA can only fully terminate the benefit after 10 years if they see there's some kind of fraud involved. Fraud pretty much trumps everything, So then we have the VA disability 20-year rule that says, and we're talking about service-connected conditions, that are rated at or above a certain disability for 20 years, you're pretty well safe. So according to the VA 20-year rule, the VA can't reduce a continuous rating below its original disability rating unless the rating was based on fraud. Again, fraud trumps everything. So let me give you an example of the 20-year rule. So let's say that the veteran was originally rated at 50% disabled. Service-connected disability, DIC. And over 20 years, that disability rating kind of fluctuated between 50 and 70%. So after 20 years, the VA must continue to rate that veteran at least 50%. So they can't go below the 50%, Again, unless it's fraud. But after 20 years, it'd be pretty hard to claim fraud. Then there's permanent and total disability rating. This rating is for veterans whose service-connected injury are considered 100% disabling and permanent. This would be like a catastrophic injury from combat that would leave somebody paralyzed, as an example, Then we have the over the age of 55 rule that says, well, if you're over the age of 55, we're not going to really mess with your disability rating, but there are exceptions to that rule, just like everything else, And then there's the 100% VA disability rating that says if you're assigned a 100% disability rating, the VA cannot reduce your rating unless there's material evidence showing significant improvement over a period of time based upon medical evidence that the VA would gather. So as a general rule, VA disability ratings are protected, but that doesn't mean that they're not susceptible to be reduced, So sometimes the VA will wrongly assume that a veteran's condition is improving and reduce or discontinue the benefits. And I'm going to give you an example of that in just a few minutes. The VA disability 5-year rule eliminates this issue by not requiring a re-examination if the veteran has had the same rating for 5 years or more. So we're concentrating on the 5-year rule right now. So can the VA reduce or revoke the rating after 5 years? Oh, yes, they can, and they will. But the VA must obtain medical evidence indicating that the veteran's condition is substantially improving, key words, over time on a sustained basis, meaning it can't be temporary. So essentially the VA must prove or provide an explanation to the veteran for why they are reasonably certain that the veteran's condition will continue to show sustained improvement. So let me give you an example that came up in our office several years ago. So we have a Marine family member. Now, they're not part of my family, but if you're a client of Davidson offices, you're part of the family. So the Marine in this case was over in Vietnam, and he was a little guy. And so they made him get the flashlight and get his .45 and crawl through those tunnels. So they called him a tunnel rat. So he was diagnosed and treated for prostate cancer and was in remission. And he also had some congestive heart failure, all pointing towards some exposure to some Agent Orange issues. But he was deemed 100% disabled. So, and that had been going on for about 5 years. Now, as I understand cancer, and I'm not a doctor, but as I understand cancer, you're never truly cured. You're just in remission. This Marine family member, okay, was in remission. And so the VA had requested medical records from his oncologist, and the oncologist notes said that he was in remission. So they took that to mean he was cured. So they reduced his 100% disability rating to below 50% because, in their words, he was substantially improving over time on a sustained basis. So we immediately appealed, stating that the VA failed to, number one, show that this Marine's improved condition was not just temporary through a re-examination and medical records. So he was in remission, he wasn't cured. Cancer is just not a temporary thing. Number two, we argued to the VA that the veteran's claim did not demonstrate sustained improvement. Once you have cancer, you always have cancer, okay? Plus, with respect to his congestive heart failure, that really kind of exacerbated everything. So sustained improvement is not a temporary improvement. Remember, this Marine was in remission, not cured. And in this case, his cancer came back with a vengeance, aggravated by his other medical conditions. Unfortunately, he died during the appeal. And look, the VA was wrong in reducing his benefit. He died knowing that the VA had reduced his benefit and that they were wrong. We had filed the notice. We had 30 days to file for the hearing and 60 days to gather additional information. We were frantically trying to get information from doctors and others to submit within this 60-day period. But again, when he died, his claim died with him. So that was a tragic story in our world. We always enjoyed when he would come to visit. I hope that we have given you some good information today. Have you been affected by the 5-year rule? Has the VA come in and tried to reduce your benefit because they say that you have you've improved on a sustained basis? If so, you need to call us. Give us a call, email us, whatever, and contact us. We can help you. Again, dearvaguy@gmail.com, dearvaguy@gmail.com. We love our veterans. We're here for you. If you have, again, any questions, shoot us an email. Again, like and subscribe so that each time we do these videos that you'll be alerted as to a new topic. Until next time, you be blessed.
Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe.